Well, here's a question. Can a guy come into an old barn, take an old Model A truck that's sat here, sinking in the ground, covered in bird crap, hasn't run in quite a while, put some gas in it, hook the battery up, blow up the tire, and will it run and drive? That's what we're going to answer today with this 1929 Ford AA tow truck. It's that time of year again here at the Backyard Gas Station. I've got the tractor show, Western New York Steam Association, whatever it is, in Alexander, New York. This weekend, tractor show, steam show, pageant of steam, whatever you want to call it, big show. It's got a big name, I forget what it is. It's a rally of some sort. Anyways, I always take this truck, use it as a big golf cart. I built this garage bay for it because it used to sit under my overhang over here in front of the gas station, which is now occupied by the dragster. Anyways, you'd want a garage bay for your tow truck if you had your service station. Obviously, you wouldn't want it clogging up the front of the store. So I built this bay on here and parked the truck here probably a year ago. Haven't touched it since. It should run, hopefully. We got a couple days and we could go. First thing we're going to do is got to put some air in the tire over there. Take my life in my hands because it is a clincher rim tire. Well, let's go over here and see if we can put some air in it. By clincher rim, I mean it got a ring that seats around the tire and it's held on by the pressure of the tire. Now we're a little low on air pressure right now. It's got a tube in it and it's not flat and this isn't loose. So I'm hoping to get near it sort of without dying. These are the ones that will kill you. And I've got an air tank, and I got some air. And I think I can gingerly put some air in it without dying. I'm going to try to get my face out of the way. Unfortunately, I need to reach across here for the action. So, let's try it. Oh boy. Get your face out of the way. It is going up slowly. Let me check the tire. Ooh, boy. I'm not going to tell you that I'm not nervous because I am. No. I don't like this at all. Okay, we put some wind in it. I'm going to call that good for now because the tank is running out of pressure and I'm a little nervous, but we put some air in it. That's better than it was. Let's open up the hood. Reveal the mighty four-cylinder Model A 200.5 cubic inches or whatever they are. This is not the original engine to this truck, but they're pretty much all the same. I put this in here because the one that was in it was bad. And it runs decent. It's got an exhaust manifold leak because the manifold is shot. But other than that, it's good. Ooh, I got some gas in the sediment bowl with a ton of sediment. Holy shamoly. Now there's a fuel shutoff inside the truck here. I should be able to turn the fuel on. I'm not sure if we got any in the tank. It says empty. But I'm going to go ahead and hit it. We'll see if any comes down. Is anybody coming down? Nope, she's out. All right, the gas tank is here in the cowl. I need to find some gasoline because I think I'm out of all my cans. Let me see if I can procure some gasoline. While we're here, where's the dipstick? It's over here somewhere. Nope, that's the breather. Pull the dipstick out. There is, oh, it's a little low. I found some gasoline in the back of my truck. I had to suck out of it. Oh, shoot, that just dumped all over the place. Why did that dump out of there? This one's supposed to be the good one. Can't they just make a gas can that works? It's spilling everywhere. There we go. Now if you watch that fuel bowl, it should start to fill up because I left the fuel on. Yep, it already did fuel up. So I got like 2 gallons here. We'll throw a little gas and go, splash and go in here. While I was getting gas, I also put the battery in. This truck is 6 volts, positive ground from the factory. I'm running it with a voltage ballast resistor to knock it down to 6 volts. I'm using a 12 volt battery to start it, and then it knocks it down to 6 at the ignition coil. I'm not running an alternator or anything, so I run it off a deep cycle battery, but it'll run for several hours on a deep cycle battery, no problem. It doesn't take anything to run the ignition. And once I get a little bit of gas in here, we'll be good to go. All right, after about a 3-hour fuel here out of a 2-gallon can with these stupid gravity feed nozzles, I think I'm just about ready to try it. You know what, we're gonna be ready right now because I'm tired of waiting. It's got enough to fire the motor. 28 and 29, Ford used a thread-on cap. Early 30, which would still be this body style, very early 30, then 30 and 31 trucks had a modern style 2-blade can, or a 2-blade lid, but the early ones are twist-on. Controls on the inside here, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but we got a clutch and a brake pedal. Model A's came out with the standard style transmissions after the Model T, which was planetary. We've got what do we got here? We've got a 4-speed transmission with a reverse lockout. The big truck's got a 4-speed starting in 29, I think. Got the throttle over there on the left with a footrest on the right. Got emergency brake. Got our choke rod, which you can pull in and out, pull it out to turn the choke on. You can also turn it to adjust the mixture. Got your speedometer and your fuel gauge. I've got a toggle switch for the ignition. I'm missing the AM gauge on the right, and that thing in the center is a light to light up the dash. On our steering column, we've got spark advance on the left, we got throttle on the right, and I've got a turn signal switch and a old electric brake controller here on the column for things. We've got an old school bus pair of seats here thrown on a piece of wood to mount it up, and let me put you guys under the hood because of the light glare, and I'll fire it up. First I'll roll the window down. Now you'll notice this is plate glass. This is before safety glass in the doors. This is plate glass. So if you got in a wreck and broke this window, it would cut you severely, very bad. But original 1929 Ford plate glass. I believe the windshield is safety, but the windows are definitely plate glass. Nothing but the best here. Just hang out here and watch the engine. This thing usually starts right up. Push the clutch in, put it in neutral. I'm going to close the choke for 1 second, turn ignition on, fuel's on. Here we go. Nothing. It's going to take a second for fuel to get in the carburetor. Just that easy. On the back we got a Weaver style auto crane, homemade by me, with a dongle to pick up, or not a dongle, what do you want to call it, a drawbar to pick up early Ford front axles. You can see the birds have been really enjoying it. There's our battery. I made all this steel back here. We got a stack off a Doodlebug out of the junkyard, a couple of headlights off the roof of big FWD trucks, I think. See better the controls here in the light, maybe. She's running. This thing runs like a top. Runs like a top. I knew it would fire right up and come out of there. We got a little bit of oil leaking into the pan. I got to clean all this out. Let's go for a ride. This thing's rattly. Holy schmungly. This thing is sprung very, very stiff in the back. And the brakes don't work faster than like 2 miles an hour, so we're not going to get carried away with this thing, but let's take a picture at the gas station. We're in second gear right now. You put this thing in fourth gear, which isn't overdrive, but it's like a super tall gear with the big tires on the back. This thing would go like, I don't know how fast, probably 60 miles an hour, which would be way, way too fast. I gotta move the camera stand. Hold on a minute. Well, that's pretty fun. The beauty of this truck is you can't really hurt it. And with the first gear, it's got a Granny first gear here. It can creep really, really slow. So this is perfect for like a tractor show or something, because you don't run anybody over. You just let it out and let it idle, and it creeps like the speed of people walking. So you can just creep down the rows. You know, nobody's worried about getting run over. With the engine compression, you don't really need the brakes at all. It's got a little bit of functional front brakes. The rear brakes aren't hooked up, but the front brakes do work a little bit. So if I do need to stop, I can stop. But it creeps so slow, you could also shut it off in gear and the thing would come to a stop. This thing will run all day long at the tractor show on a deep cycle battery. It only runs on a couple of gallons of gas. We go and fire it up, drive in, get a mobile display ticket, drive around the show, shut it off, leave it. Nobody's going to steal it, obviously. And for a big old cool truck, I mean, you can't drive it on the road. It's too nothing. It's not safe to go on the road. It's not registerable. The suspension's shot. Everything's shot on this. But for like slow creeping, like off-road or like a small parade or something, this is what this is for. It's a fun truck, and it's at the gas station. I mean, how cool is that, huh? Well, I think that's all I got time for in this one. I'm just going to drive this up to the house and get it washed up. This thing always fires right up. Literally, like I said, it's been there for almost a year, I'm going to guess. and once it got gas in the carburetor, she fired right off. These old Model A's, if they turn over, they'll run. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.